Good morning. Welcome back to Crazy Joe Adventures on a windy Sunday. You can probably hear that wind. I apologize. Fortunately, we won't be outside for long. We're going indoors, so that wind shouldn't be a problem for too long. But I'm coming to you from the American Helicopter Museum in Westchester, Pennsylvania. And we're here because they have a display of screen-used Star Trek props and costumes. Oh my gosh, the wind. Let's go inside, get out of this wind. Let's get crazy. Right off the bat, I'll tell you, I do not know much about helicopters. So if you're looking for information on these helicopters here, which are pretty damn cool looking, I'm not the authority. I'm not the guy to ask. But I do know Star Trek. And that's the main reason we're here. We're here to see some. This is a HH-3A Sea King utility helicopter. Let me get that. Boeing 360. Again, I am not an expert on helicopters, so this is not my forte. But that's an experimental helicopter. Built in 1987. So yes, I don't really know helicopters, but I know Star Trek. And we're here to see some Star Trek props. What is this guy over here? The 52A Sea Guardian. You gotta be careful, there's ropes here. I don't want to walk into these ropes. So we're going to find the door and go into the American Helicopter Museum and Education Center. And it looks like I should have parked in this parking lot. I probably parked in the wrong parking lot. But to be fair, there was no signage telling me I couldn't park where I parked. Here we go. This sign says the museum is open Sunday at noon, and it is Sunday at noon. And this sign says the museum is closed. So hopefully they are not closed. All right, I have got our admission. They are open despite the sign. So let's check out some of these helicopters before we check out the Star Trek exhibit. There's a Bell 206A. Again, I know nothing about helicopters. I am not the expert here. But they're pretty cool looking. This is a pretty neat little museum that I didn't even know existed until recently. And it's not too far from me. So apparently this guy, Frank Nicholas Piasecki, he was a pioneer in the development of transport helicopters and vertical lift aircraft. I wouldn't have known that. Like I said, this is not my area of expertise, but it's pretty cool. The first practical helicopter to fly in the United States. Try to fly the Aereo Atlas. Okay, let's see if I can do it. I apparently have to pedal this. Let's see. I'm going to try to... What do I do here? Okay. There it goes. Now what am I doing? It's not easy to fly the Atlas. You need to pedal at constant speed for 1 minute in order to stay in flight. Okay, well, Looks like I'm doing it. But I guess as soon as I stop pedaling, this thing comes down. I stop pedaling. Let's see what happens now. Well, it's still up there. Oh, no, here it comes. Here it comes. After 1 minute, the Atlas will start to descend and your flight is over. So I guess to fly this thing, you got to keep pedaling. And quite frankly, I'm not fit enough for that. It's all about torque. Torque is the act of applying forces that rotate or turn things. When torque turns a helicopter rotor in one direction, the natural reaction of the helicopter body is to turn vigorously in the opposite direction. This is an example of Newton's third law. Interesting. What's this? Gyrodyne QH-50C, remotely controlled drone helicopter. Withdrawn from Navy service in the 70s, it says. There's video footage of it. There you go. This little helicopter here. SO-1221 Jin. Right, the signage here. Bell 47H. I actually think it's that helicopter over there, not this one. So let's go check that one out. Look at this big Navy helicopter here. I don't know what that's called. Oh, nope. I am mistaken. This one here is a Robinson R22, so I don't know what that signage was for. This one's got some guys flying it. And there's that big one we were just looking at. There's some video footage of it in action. It's a pretty cool place. Ah, look at this. Look at this. I didn't even notice. This one here, I was looking at that and I said it's probably that one over there. No. There's an arrow pointing up. There it is. Let's see if we can get a better look. It's suspended from the ceiling. And I'm sitting there going, where is it? You see, it pays to pay attention to the arrows. They'll show you what you're looking for. Unobservant. Old Crazy Joe being unobservant. All right, what else do we got? We're going to look at the helicopters first, then on to the Star Trek display. There's a theater here. I don't know what's going on in the theater. It doesn't look like anything. Nothing going on in the theater right now. Any hardcore helicopter fans coming here looking to learn more about helicopters, my advice would be come to the museum. Check them out for yourself because you're not going to get much out of me. I'm not well educated, as I've said, on helicopters. Look at this MASH. There you go. Personally, I was never a fan of that show. A little too serious for me, you know. I like my sitcoms to be silly, and that show was too much war is hell, so and so just died. This patient's not going to make it. Not that there's anything wrong with that, but when I watch a sitcom, I'm looking for laughs, and I prefer cheers. But here you go. Sikorsky S-52 and the F-51. Some more stuff suspended from the ceiling there. You gotta look up here. Look at that one. It looks like a lawn chair with a propeller. That's interesting. What is this? Air scooter. Huh. Air cushion contained. Looks like this saucer-shaped machine was constructed of steel tubing, aluminum rib covering, and fabric. That's pretty neat. Never seen anything like that before. McCulloch J2 gyroplane. Yeah, that one is interesting. It just looks like a lawn chair with a propeller. There's the signage. Benson B7W Hydro Gyro Glider. Home built. Look at that. Home built and flown in 1957. Wild. A boat towed the rotor kite into the air at 20 to 35 miles per hour. And again, we got the arrow. So that's what we were looking at, the lawn chair looking thing. That's pretty wild. Some pretty interesting looking helicopters here. What is this? Cobra cockpit experience. Climb in, explore the controls, and watch a 4-minute flight. You know, I'm a tall guy. Something tells me I may not fit in this. Something tells me I just may not fit in this, but we'll give it a shot. Here we go. Ooh. Oh. Okay. I sort of fit in it. I don't fit well. Let me see. All right, let's try this out. Okay, I don't think I actually do anything. I think I just sit in here and look. I thought I had to use those controls to control it like a video game, but I think it's just you sit and observe. There you go. I barely fit inside, but I did it. Trick is getting out again. Woo. That wasn't easy, but we did it. We can go inside this one. Look at this. Oh, there's the toilet. All right. That's the one we were just in. The Boeing HH-47 Combat Search and Rescue. That's the one we just came out of. I don't see signage for that little one. Where does this sit over here? Yep. MHJ6 Little Bird. That's apparently this one over here. Here's another one. Instrom F-28A with the arrow pointing up. There it is. Looks like that's a police helicopter. Light. Hello, ma'am. Crash survivable pilot seat. Sit down and feel how it cushions you. Okay, I will. Sit down and... Ooh. Oh my. Really drops you. Thing just dropped as soon as I sat in it. There you go. That's how it cushions me. Oh. Yeah, look at this. You see when you sit down. Well, it's not going to do it now. Okay, I can't recreate it with my hand, but the thing drops down. I probably could if I used two hands, but I'm trying to hold the camera. Ooh, yeah, thing falls. All right, let's check this one out. We gotta go around. Photo op. Not one to turn down a photo op. There I am. It's fake. It's a fake. It's a fake. Let's check out this helicopter over here. All right, get to see this guy in action. Seahorse. Oh, let's go in. Let's check this out. There it is. It's a low ceiling, so I'm not even gonna try to go all the way in. Very tall, but there you go. We got a kids area here. Little helicopters for the kids to play on. June 24th, 2023 is the Family Fest. So there you go. Snack bar. Staff only. Rotorway Scorpion. Kitty Hawk flyer. Apparently you're allowed to sit in this, but I'm not even going to try. Look at that space. Look at me. Look at that. I'm not even going to try to get in there. Not even going to try. But you know what I do want to see? We've checked out most of the helicopters. Probably missed a few. But I want to see the Star Trek stuff. That's why we're here. Let's check out Star Trek stuff. Here we go. These control panels were seen on Enterprise on the ship that Captain Archer and his crew stole a warp coil from. Oh, that was a classic episode of Enterprise. When they were in the Expanse and they stranded an alien ship, stole their warp coil. It was a controversial episode at the time. But that was in that episode of Enterprise. Very, very cool. What is this? Xindi reptilian controls. Again, these are from Enterprise, and they were on the bridge of the Xindi ship. Okay. Oh, look at this. An Andorian console. Everybody knows I love the Andorians. This control panel was used multiple times in Enterprise as many different alien consoles, including Vulcan and Klingon. Oh, can you see the... Wow. Screen-used Star Trek props. This is exciting. All right, what do we got down here? Let's get down low. Vulcan control from the episode Carbon Creek, one of the best episodes of Enterprise. Klingon breastplate, used in multiple episodes of Voyager. Klingon door control, used in the Enterprise episode Affliction. Klingon teeth from Affliction. Kahless gloves. These gloves belong to the clone of Kahless from Star Trek The Next Generation. The Delta Flyer seat back from Voyager. That was on the Delta Flyer. Okay. What do we got here? Next Generation Commander Riker's casual outfit from Menage a Troi. I remember that one. Enterprise D cabin table. This table was featured on Next Generation, appearing in several crew members' quarters. There you go. That's a table from the Next Generation that was on different people's quarters. There's a signage, Star Trek screen-used prop and costume showcase. You know what? I'm very, very respectful of things like this. But I don't see any signage saying you can't touch. So since I don't see that, I'm going to... Ooh. I have touched Commander Riker's outfit. All right, what do we got over here? But it could not have had to be a wind instrument. What we got over here? Let's get down low. Some gold pressed latinum from Deep Space Nine. Riemann buttons from Star Trek Nemesis. These were on the set of the Scimitar. Scimitar? The Romulan ship. Shinzon's ship. Type 3 phaser from Star Trek Nemesis. Communicator badges Starfleet, Bajoran, and Romulan. What do we got down here? Madame Chang's sign. This sign was one of very few dressings in Madame Chang's restaurant seen in Enterprise. Vulcan Bridge sign. Xindi controls from Enterprise. NX-01 door chimes. Well, it really depends on the show. Enterprise NX-01 control panel. For Star Trek
One of my favorite for like
Logic
DS9, First
module
Contact,
from the
and so
NXL,
on.
the
Voyager
NX
was,
class ship. They were
I with my
the logic module. Logic modules were used throughout the Enterprise. They were usually installed on the bridge. The Vulcan isolinear cards. They were used on the Enterprise episode Impulse. That was the zombie Vulcan episode. There were zombie Vulcans in that episode. Phoenix pre-flight checklist from Star Trek First Contact from the movie. Missile complex signage from Star Trek First Contact. Xindi controls from Enterprise for the insectoids, Xindi insectoids. Enterprise J wall pieces from the Enterprise episode Azadi Prime. Vulcan controls from Enterprise Season 2, Episode 22. These are isolinear chips from Next Generation and Voyager. An isolinear card used in First Contact. Tricorder from Next Generation. Data pad from a DS9 episode. Door chimes from the Enterprise D and the Enterprise E. Circuit panels from the Columbia NX2 from Enterprise. I don't see, look at this. What is this? It looks like a warp nacelle, but it's not marked. Nothing's saying where that warp nacelle came from. Probably from a model.
As some people would say here, flavor.
And over here we got more costumes. This was worn by Penny Johnson, Cassidy Yates. Her freighter jumpsuit.
The 6 days feels like 6 months.
The four-handed piano player from the episode Unification of Next Generation. For those who don't know, that's the episode where Spock came onto Next Generation. These are screen-used costumes. This is awesome. Deanna Troy's hospital gown from The Child. That's the episode where she had the baby. Deep Space Nine Bajoran militia outfit. So this is very similar to the outfit Kira Nerys would have worn.
Like I was saying,
wow.
Directors and producers have their own.
Rom's practice uniform from Take Me Out to the Holosuite. That's funny because I almost wore my Take Me Out to the Holosuite baseball kit for my Enterprise style naval cap, but I almost wore my Take Me Out to the Holosuite Niners cap. So would have gone well with that uniform. Starfleet Command uniform from the Next Generation. Let's get back, see that? And a Voyager security uniform. Looks very similar to something you would have seen B'Elanna Torres wearing. Look at this.
Myself and Bear Burge,
all screen-used Star Trek costumes. That is amazing.
We were asked to redesign the phaser by the prop master because he wanted something more.
And we got a little bit more here. I don't know what that panel is, but engineering railing. This railing was used in Voyager's engineering set. It was reused from Star Trek the Motion Picture and the Next Generation. So this has some history. This was on in Star Trek the Motion Picture, Next Generation, and Voyager. All right, what do we have over here? Romulan drone ship control. This is from Enterprise episode Babel 1. And a Cardassian control from Gul Dukat's ship on Deep Space Nine. So that's everything. We've now seen all these Star Trek screen-used props. And it's really exciting. As a hardcore Star Trek fan, to be able to see these things in person is really, really cool.
So we set out, made
look at that fabric.
with that last episode.
You see details here that you would never see on television. Like that, this fabric here.
And
It's behind a rail, so I don't want to touch it. But yet I want to touch it.
but they cut it out of the episode.
See, that one I had no qualms about touching because nowhere is there signage that says don't touch, and it's not behind a rail. But this one, they put behind a rail.
They wanted a newer phaser. that-
Deep Space Nine is my favorite of the Star Trek series, so seeing anything from Deep Space Nine is really exciting.
a different paint job, and they decided that they were going to change
There you go.
the design of that of the
Screen used
dolphin face
Star Trek
by
costumes,
putting a
screen used
in another
Star
spot,
Trek props.
making it open and close and all this other stuff. So, I have
For a
no
Star Trek
idea
fan,
who made that
This is fantastic.
change.
Check out the gift shop. All these Star Trek models are 50% off.
Those are all 50% off.
Very tempting.
I know. You know, we got the inventory, and now that the exhibit is going in, try to sell them all. Because I'm waiting. Huh?
What time's the game?
To 1 o'clock.
1 o'clock.
We're going to beat the Colts.
There you go. I can't believe they wasn't watching. That's embarrassing.
I was on the air.
All kinds of helicopter models, t-shirts, sweatshirts, baseball caps. Look, you can get an American Helicopter Museum baseball cap. Toys, books, models. Teddy bears. That is going to do it. We are done at the American Helicopter Museum in Westchester. If you're interested in helicopters, come on out. Check this place out. Cool little hidden museum right here in Westchester, Pennsylvania that I didn't know existed until recently. So these little places like this and the Oaks American Treasure Tour, we got to bring more of a spotlight to places like this so people know they exist because, you know, it's a neat little thing. And if you're in the Pennsylvania area, it's right in our backyard, the Philly area, I should say. Pennsylvania is a big state, but it's right here in our backyard. All right, I'm going to get out of here. Please, if you like this video, share it, like, subscribe, tell people about Krazy Joe Adventures. Check out my second channel, Krazy Joe's Concession Stand, where we talk movies, movie reviews, physical media reviews. If you're interested in movies, please subscribe to Krazy Joe's Concession Stand. We need more people over there. It's a new channel. So, all right, guys, we're going to be going on more adventures soon. Until then, keep wearing those pajamas.
Keep wearing those pajamas with the plastic feet. Keep wearing those pajamas. Tell everyone you meet. Keep wearing those pajamas with the back door flap. Keep wearing those pajamas. Don't open, it's a trap. Oh no, it's a trap. Some people call them PJs, some people call them jammies. They can come embroidered with big money and no whammies. They can have 100 tiny commander adamas, but no matter how they look, just keep on wearing those pajamas. Keep on wearing those pajamas. Keep wearing those pajamas. And now we're having fun. Keep wearing those pajamas. And now the song is done.